Hey, this is Dr. Bob with Carolina Bay Pet Care. If you're watching this video, welcome. And the reason you're watching this video is because we've encouraged you or advised you to watch this for information about food allergies in cats. Here's the good news. We don't see a lot of food allergies in cats, certainly not relative to dogs. But if we suspect that your cat has a food allergy, then either you can be reading the handout, or I'm going to present to you the key takeaways from the handout involving food allergies in cats. So a couple things about cats and food allergies. Why would I suspect a food allergy in your cat? If I see a cat with a food allergy or with a skin problem primarily involving the head, the face, the ears, the neck, and I see these cats are just ripping at themselves, I'm always going to consider it's a food allergy until proven otherwise. So when it comes to food allergies, crucially important to know that this is primarily an ingredient issue and not a brand issue. Now with cats, the three primary causes for food allergies are fish, beef, and dairy. And these three ingredients account for about 80% of the food allergies we see. So they can be allergic to anything. We just know from lots of what we call food allergy trials that cats are primarily going to be allergic to beef, fish, and dairy. Okay, so keep that in mind, because obviously when we're dealing with the ingredients, we need to switch to a diet that they're not as likely to be exposed to or haven't been exposed to before. So that would involve things like chicken, rabbit. I generally try to see if I can get my clients or customers to try to find like a rabbit diet for cats, whether canned food or dry food or combination if you want to feed both. In fact, we do encourage feeding some canned food for cats. But that would be my go-to if I suspect it. You can go online, you can go to your local pet store. You're not going to be able to find it at your local grocery store, but try rabbit food. Here's the thing about cats. If you have an outdoor cat or a cat that goes outdoors, that obviously prevents a bigger challenge, because quite simply, your cat may wander into somebody else's yard and they might be feeding, putting out food for cats, and you don't know what they're feeding your cats or what the cats are getting fed. And of course, your cat could, enjoy a free meal at somebody else's house. But if a cat has a food allergy, that could be a little bit problematic. If you have multiple cats in the household, you're going to have to find a way to feed your cat separately, or you feed them all the same diet that's going to be appropriate for a cat with a food allergy. So that's going to be another issue. I don't think too many pet owners or too many cat owners give their cats treats, although it's possible. But do be mindful that treats matter just as much as the cat food. So bear that in mind. A lot of people ask what particular brand. I don't have any allegiance to any one particular brand of food, because I understand this is an ingredient issue and not a brand issue. But if there are lots of good quality brands, we're happy to give you more details. Or look at my list. I do have a list near the bottom, a lot of different brands that I do like that are relatively easy to find, and that's crucially important. I'm not going to give you the name of some obscure thing that you have to order from New Zealand and have it shipped home. No, this is going to be something you can find pretty readily. Okay, so the key thing is be really attentive to making that dietary change for your cat. Now, in the meantime, certainly we would have already done something to help relieve a lot of the inflammation, irritation associated with your cat's irritation, the biting, scratching, licking, itching, chewing that's going on. But hopefully that'll give you some sort of tools to work with, and do take the time to review the handout for more details. But anyway, so hopefully that'll give you the information you need to make some positive decisions. Also crucially important, make sure you talk to other family members, because especially if you do have multiple cats in the household and they're just randomly grabbing a bag of food or grabbing a can of food and just giving it to all the cats, make sure you'll have that conversation so everybody's on the same page, making sure that this cat that we suspect has a food allergy is getting just the food that it needs and not somebody else's food unexpectedly. So anyway, so hopefully that'll answer some questions and hit the high points. Read the handout, and if you have any additional questions, please reach out to us, and thanks for watching.